Hey guys, so first of all, just tried to go live on my phone and I'm not eligible to go live because I don't have enough subscribers, I just found out. So sorry about that. We're just gonna make a live sort of one take recording to just, bridge that gap. Sorry we can't do it live. Guess what? It's this beautiful lady's birthday today, 28 years old.
Yeah, 28.
Looking so cool. And then we got little Isla down here. This is actually only my second time using this thing, so who knows if I'm doing it right. But today, pretty cool. We did get over 10 questions. I asked last week if there were 10 questions, if people would send in 10 questions, then we make a video. And we got 11 questions, which is neat. You're gonna get to see that again, all these videos have been real time, and our construction, you're entering our construction zone and it's just kind of chaotic.
Yeah, it's a mess.
So, and we have mud everywhere because we just got a flash flood. It was 2 days in a row we had flash flood warnings. So it's just an absolute mess out here. But let's jump into the questions. Let's start with, let me get here to the first one. Her name is Exo the Realist. I'm super stoked for you all. Would you buy another one or recommend it to others? Would you consider building a bigger one? I think we would
buy again?
Yeah,
100%.
We would buy again.
Oh yeah.
Like the quality of everything, the way that it's built. Yes, we're to the point where we can officially recommend it, even though we're not done. We're still not done with the project.
And as far as the larger one, didn't we get the largest one they had of this particular model?
Yes.
Yeah.
But then they have like they have like actual houses too. I don't know if you've been on their site, but those are crazy. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if I would build an actual house because it would have to be a lot different materials than this for me to like build a massive house out of it. But that's just two different things. With it being a studio and a shed, I'd buy this again and again and again.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Oh, she asked what state we live in.
Oh,
we're in Tennessee. Do you think, this is Francia M. Do you think this is worth it? Maybe it was cheaper to buy everything you needed and just build it yourself. Seems like a lot of money.
That's a good question.
And do you have plans for a bathroom? I think it was worth it. We did a lot of digging. We also, one of the biggest problems with our particular property is that everything has to be built on site. We have this massive hill that trucks cannot get up to bring a delivery in for a shed. And so for us, we were super limited. We would have had to go to the store and buy all these specific materials. We don't even own a truck.
Yeah.
So it was just, for our specific scenario, it was gonna be a lot more expensive to build it ourselves.
And just more complicated because like this comes with a plan, and to think of how much work is required for this structure, but yet, I mean, have you been out here, what do you think, 4 full days putting it together?
Like 5 now.
5 full, but like to think about this huge structure being done, and so much of it has been complicated, even having to run electricity out here and doing things. So to have the majority of the structure already done that quickly, I definitely think it's worth it for the ease. We've done so many different house projects around the house, and there's always, you inevitably forget things, and so you're just constantly running back to Home Depot or Lowe's, and so it just, I definitely recommend it.
Yeah. And then bathroom, no, we're not going to add a bathroom.
You can add a bathroom.
There are plans for that to be involved, but we don't need it to be, since I'm just going to be using it as a studio. All right, next question. Consider building one on the family land. Trying to get to the main question. What was permitting like? I'm sure you live I'm not sure where you live, but is that a factor? And do you plan on running electricity? Permitting, it's just different. To be honest, it's just different for every single person in every location. I don't feel like there's much I can speak on there. It's just going to be a different scenario.
It's always just an annoying process.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, sometimes you sit in a room for hours and hours and hours.
And electricity?
Electricity, yeah. So we were supposed to have the electrician here. He came yesterday, but with the flash floods, it was too wet. So he couldn't do it. Now he's coming back on Saturday. So that was a little bit of a bummer and a holdup again, because this is like the 3rd time we've scheduled an electrician, but the weather has just stopped it all. That's what February is. So yeah, electricity is on its way. Okay, what about the quality of the materials? Knowing that your brother-in-laws are woodworkers, are the wood in the kit good quality? Does it have many knots or splints? Their take on the wood is that it was very good quality. They were overall impressed. Like it's better than if you went to Home Depot and bought maybe like the grade A stuff. It seems like grade A materials. Like the what do you call it? Warping. Like we have not had many problems at all with warping. It's beautiful.
I mean, already it's not stained at all. It's just really pretty.
Yeah. So the quality of the wood, it is good, and by their terms, them being craftsmen, they also said it was good. Okay, next question. Once I finish these questions, we'll give you a quick walk around. Are you going to install any sort of air? Look who sent that question.
Aw.
Austin Regnary. Love you, Austin.
Thanks, Austin.
Are we going to put an air conditioning unit? Yes, I am. Actually, let me just have you follow me for this part. Well, I'll show you right over here.
Look at that beaut.
So we have this, it's called Mr. Cool, and it's a mini split that is DIY. They're pretty popular. You've probably seen them on YouTube, but most of the time when you order a mini split, you have to have somebody come and charge it for you. But the way that this one works, you don't have to do that. I have no idea how that happens, but I just know that you can do this entire unit yourself if the electricity is already run. So yes, we're putting in that's the outside unit, and then the inside part, the actual mini split that goes on the wall, is inside the building. We'll show you that in a second as well. But Austin, we're putting in some AC, my man. Okay, just a couple more questions here. One question I have is about the insulation. How do you feel the studio will hold up in more extreme temperatures? From the video, it looks like you can add insulation. You can't add insulation the same as you would. Or sorry, I misread that. Doesn't look as though you can add insulation in the same way you can in a storage shed. Also, how much do you expect wiring for the electricity to cost? Insulation, that is a challenge with how thin the walls are. They're 2-inch studs. But guess what? We just decided to bump it out an additional 2-inch, and I'll show you why we did that. That was after meeting with our electrician. So we put a lot of insulation on the floor, and then we're going to put a ton of insulation above as well. So we're hoping that it really is super well insulated. So just
I feel like we're doing everything we possibly can. So as far as that question, I feel like it would be helpful here in a few months once it's all insulated. Like
we can answer that.
Come back to that question to really know.
Yeah.
Is it doing as well?
But it's been a huge concern for us, and we've taken it really seriously to make sure it's super well insulated. Rang is wishing us the best from Indonesia. That's really cool.
Thank you.
Dagenlock. I don't know how you say any of these names, but his question for some reason didn't show up on YouTube, but I got it in my email. So you asked me if your question was posted, and it did post to me. He had a lot of questions, but I think the biggest thing that he was asking was, how do I feel about the weatherability of the structure? And I will say that it seems on par with any other building that you would see. The biggest factor is that the wood is untreated, and so you have to go through and stain it immediately once you're done with the building. So that's going to be something that we do as soon as this thing is finished. We're going to stain it, and that protects it and makes the weatherability really good. And as far as the cracks around with it being tongue and groove, all that's going to be really well sealed. So I feel great about that. Yeah. Next question is from PDX Hack. They asked if we were going to do insulation in the walls. Yep, we sure are. We're going to do panels, but then I'm about to show you we might change it up and do some thicker insulation besides panels, because panels are super, super expensive. And now that we're extending the studs out a little bit more, we can put some
more options.
Yeah, more options now. Did you compare having someone build it from scratch? We did. We had somebody come and give us a quote for something pretty similar to this, and it was around 30 grand.
Yeah. So that made the price of this just seem so reasonable.
Yeah, it really did. I mean, to be honest, there were things that this has cost more in certain areas than we expected it to. Like even just this, the foundation down here, the gravel, that was $2,000 just to get all of this level. That's including renting the skid steer and everything though.
And we did all that work ourselves, and so it was tiring. It was hard work, but I don't know. It's just been a lot of fun too.
Yeah, it has been. So, yeah, we did have somebody compare it, and this is just way cheaper for us. Again, if you could have it shipped, if you could have something built and then sent to your space, it might not have been as expensive, but building it on site is a very expensive job nonetheless. Would this project have happened if you guys would not have gotten pregnant? And the answer is probably no. I had a nice room in my house that was my office.
Now her nursery.
And now it's her nursery. So yeah, it really wouldn't, I don't think we would have gone this path had we not. But when you compare the price of getting a co-working space, after just 2 years, it's way more expensive than just building this unit in my backyard, because I have so much equipment that I have to have a special kind of desk, or I have to have a dedicated desk where I don't pick up my stuff and bring it home all the time. So that on average, like the cheapest you can find is like $400 or $500 a month.
Here in Nashville.
Yeah, and then so you put that into something like this, and you're making your home value a lot better. And
it's just nice having you here. It's a fun project to do. Like if you're into projects, then
get to be with little Isla all the time.
Yeah, it was worth it for us. It made sense for us.
Yeah.
Any questions? I think
that's it. Let's just do a quick walkthrough.
All right.
And then we'll be on our way. I keep checking out on Isla. This whole wrap thing is so new. I'm kind of uncomfortable with it. So come in here. Things that we still have to do out here, we have to put on the face of the top up here, and then we'll put a ceiling in, and we're gonna put some lights out on this outside porch area. Down here, you can see we still have to add the decking that'll close this in.
I just want to apologize for my camera skills. It's new for me.
You are killing it.
I'm trying really hard.
And in here, we had to throw all the materials in here before the big storm last week, so it's just super chaotic. Here, this is the top of the inside part of the unit that will go on the wall for the Mr. Cool mini split. And then, what else was I? Oh yeah, I was gonna show you the studs. Do you mind following me over here?
Absolutely. If I could just keep you. Oh, my lands. Okay, I don't know how that one looked.
Okay, so check this out. I just installed this yesterday. This is a 2x4 on top of the framing that Allwood sends you. Our electrician, with the gauge wire that we're sending through the walls, we're coming in from the ceiling, the gauge wire is too thick to use the 2-inch stud boxes for electrical. They do sell special boxes for thin walls like this, but what our electrician was saying is, like, if we just built this out, put these 2x4s here, and then drywall, because we're gonna end up drywalling, then it'll add more space for us to put insulation. Then we can use normal boxes and normal wire, and it's just gonna be a lot less complicated. So someone was asking about the thin walls, and to be honest with you, this is just such an easy solution. All you do is put a 2x4. This was $100 to do the entire room, with making it 2 inches thicker for more insulation and easier electrical. So that's the biggest thing that we're working on right now. What else? You could show them the materials that we have on the floor. We still have, this is only like the last 10%. Look how much wood that is. And that's just such a small amount compared to what we started with. What else should we show? Well, that might be it. This is so on the fly. I don't even know if there's anything else that we need to mention.
Let me do a 360.
Smart, good call.
Thank you. Look at those windows. I mean, that's lovely. Can you just picture looking out
of those windows as you're working. I'm just gonna go real slowly. There's a little nook and cranny over there that's pretty cute. Oh wow, that's terrible quality. I'm so sorry, Cody. Doing a 360.
You are absolutely amazing with that thing. Okay, one other thing I thought of. You see this spot right here? For us personally, we're going to be adding a wall that goes across this direction. And this over here will be the shed, this area. And then this area over here with the windows will be my office. So that's our plan. We're also going to be adding a door right in this area. So we'll be framing that out. But that's going to be down the road once we get the wall put in and everything like that. We're going to be putting can lights up here in the ceilings. And then I'm going to town on some outlets around the bottom because you can never have too many outlets. So I think I'm having him put in 11 outlets in this tiny building. So we'll see. It might be overkill, but I just don't want to not have enough, you know? Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it for the video today. By the way, quick thing to end. I think these next couple of weeks are going to be a little bit weird for me with the videos. I just took on a big assignment with freelance and with design. I'm a 3D designer and took on a big assignment. So these next few weeks are going to look a little weird. If you've been following me for a while, you know that sometimes my videos just get really bad for a minute while things get busy. But so I might be coming up into a season of that, but maybe we'll find some time to make some good ones in the next couple of weeks. But I really won't have much more to share until that electrician's able to get out here and finish that part of the job. So then we can put on the roof. Yeah. Anything else you want to add, birthday girl?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we're going to go celebrate some birthday time and some more time with Isla. Thank you guys for watching. It's been a great pleasure talking to you. Thanks for all the questions. It was so cool that we actually had 10 questions.
Yeah, that was fun.
So thank you all. Have a great week. We'll see you next Tuesday.